Hey people, Injured here, 2v2, Medean Cliff Mines, blue team. It's 5-time MRT winner. Is it 5? He's won it a lot. It's Noisy, plays a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, lots of great manipulation and control abilities, and some nice killy offense as well. This is the Thousand Suns elite scheme, looking pretty cool. Alongside Commissar Yarrick of FRDF, plays a Mekboy, to the point commander that fights range combat, really good damage output, can also support with structures, repair, support and disrupt. A useful little orc he is. Blue team, or red team even, a couple of Space Marine players. First up is Zato, plays a force commander, very good offense, fight in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. This is the Dark Angels DLC, the official DLC from Relic, which has been recolored blue, looks pretty cool. And rounding off the red team, it's Forestradio, playing a Techmarine, starts out range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with the structures and repair and get a melee build going. Tactical Marines mid are going to try and cap under fire, are they? No, that would be silly. Doom Bolts flies in, didn't see the Sorcerer there because he's infiltrated by the Zinch worship, and a poor little heretic got consumed there by the Sorcerer because he wants to fire off another Doom Bolts. He's greedy like that. Here comes some sluggers. Pretty slow on their feet, as you can see, but they are so dangerous when they're fully upgraded and actually get into combat. Zato now coming towards the mid. Forestradio did the right thing, faced with two players and he backed away. Now he's faced with double shooters out of cover and he retreats. We might see that power bashed immediately. Good aggressive play by Yarrick. Zato going up the eastern side. We might see snipers from him with double scouts. Of course, Commander wants to get in quickly and tie up those CSM. I would think no. Goes right past them. For the heretics, now he turns to engage. There's the battle cry, but the Tactical Marines got into all sorts of trouble. Well, in fact, it was the CSM that retreat out, seeing the scouts coming in with shotguns. I thought he was going to try and stay in that engagement long enough to get a model off these Tactical Marines, but he plays it safe. Heretics without of the engagement. Havocs on the field. Might force Assault Marines from Zato, or a sniper rifle at least. Devastators from Forestradio with a heavy bolter, much like the Havocs, though Havocs will suppress quicker. Not instantaneously anymore though. 498, 470. Power being bashed by double shotgun scouts. Is that? No, a single shotgun. And bolter fire. Down goes one generator, but they're going Doom Bolts, and that could be really nasty for those Tactical Marines. I think they retreated just in time. Havocs moving up. They're trying to apply pressure, push Zato back, and maybe camp his VP a little bit with those Havocs. No. Switches to mid. It's the Sorcerer just going ahead to decap there to try and retake mid. Havocs will suppress the Force Commander and he's forced to retreat, and CSM can take mid. Techmarine now in a little bit of trouble, being chased down by Slugger Boys. No sign of a Mastercrafted Bolter or Bionics, which are his, I suppose you'd call them anti-melee war gears in tier 1. No sign of shotguns either, but he does have the Devastators to slow down them sluggers. Commissar Yarrick with some looters up. Set up team for Orks with that very fun, very well animated death gun. Will suppress targets, delivers damage in a massive burst, and then will reload for a while. Unlike Devastators and Havocs, which are a bit more constant with their firing. There's the looters coming into play now. Can they suppress the Devastators before they get suppressed? No, they can't. And here comes CSM to try and force melee combat, but he switches targets. Forestradio, but somehow they don't lose a model. That was pretty lucky. They do have a turn of war. 425, 434. Triple cap for the blue team. Zato's taking it back. Assault Marines jumping in on the Havocs. Pretty much a hard counter for those guys. Just jumps on them, sends them flying, and chops them up with chainsaws. But as you saw there, Noisy was live to it and was able to retreat them before they landed. Devastators caught, or rather stuck in retreat. What is going on here? And eventually they do retreat out. That could have been very, very unfortunate if sluggers or something were in there. But as it stands, it didn't really make much difference. Albeit they did retreat back slower and will get back to base and thus back out on the field slower. Assault Marines for both of these Space Marine players, and I think that's good. Be aggressive, go after these guys. Looters back at base healing up. Are there any upgrades for the shooters? No, there are not. Not often you see double shooters with no upgrades at this point in the game. Mekboy does have his own def gun. He can teleport around with this thing and stay set up. It's pretty awesome early on. Teleport right in the face of something and suppress it. Heretics with the Spy and Champion. That's a direct response, I think, to these Assault Marines. It's not a guaranteed victory against Assault Marines. Depends on special attacks and other things. But you will do a reasonably good job against them, especially if you're supported by stuff. And he does have the Sword of Flame, so can use Coruscant Flame on those Heretics, allowing them to do damage over time passively to nearby enemies. Power harass from Yarrick up against Forestradio, is actually repairing the node here. Master Bolter is up. I think it's around 33 DPS piercing, but you mainly get it, of course, for the high-powered shot, which is instant suppression and a big chunk of damage to a single model. How much damage is it? It would be nice to know that. I assume it's piercing, whatever how much it is, but it might not be. It might be sniper damage, although I'm not sure if that's even used in the game. Sniper damage doing full damage to all infantry. Not sure if sniper rifles actually use sniper damage. Anyway, CSM mid, behind some light cover there, shooting up. Assault Marine scouts able to take the central VP. Assault Marines are going to get caught here by Heretics. Heretics knocked back by the shotguns. Assault Marines staying in play. There is the Coruscant Flames, and Assault Marines able to jump out. Great advantage of Assault Marines over, say, Raptors is that they do have a 55 energy jump. So with 100 energy at level 1, you can use your second jump relatively quickly. And as you start leveling up, you can just be jumping around all over the place. 407353 Looters suppressing this little blob of Forestradio's level 2 Techmarine though. The return fire from cover. Devastator is actually not in range, apparently, to start firing. It's a bit annoying. 403353, and they're still not firing on the Looters. I'm sure he wants them to suppress. Now he's got double shooters. Shooter boys with a knob leader, I spy. Yes, I do. Basically just a big damage buff and survivability bonus for them. Gives them 15% more damage as soon as they hit tier 2 if the knob leader's there. And does a fair amount of damage himself. There's the jump. Weird way up for Yarrick, but he's persuaded to leave. There's a big counter push though by Noisy, and these are Slaughter Chaos Space Marines using the melee stance. Ouch. Catching ASM in retreat and taking out one model alongside those Heretics, but they do get away okay. Power harass from Zato with Assault Marines. Sergeant on the way. Still with a single shotgun scout, the other guys with bolters. Tactical Marines now coming in. 384, 353, Blood Crusher for Noisy. They're going to be going straight after the Tactical Marines to tie them up. No, go straight after the Assault Marines. I suppose it's much more high value target Assault Marines in general. That's why you see them focus fired so much, because bleeding these models is painful. Blood Crusher charging through, goes after scouts to try and get models off them. Almost finishes off the squad, in fact. He attacks so quickly for Blood Crusher. 362, 353, 1-1. Heretics forced to retreat out. Gonna lose at least one model, you would think, from the Assault Marines. Just about lost one. Assault Marines getting that power sword with the Sergeant, and he's purchased Thunder and Light, which gives them a Melter Bomb, which they can use against their Blood Crusher, and the new Blind Grenade, which I've seen very, very little usage of. That tooltip is wrong. You can throw it anywhere now, not just buildings. 362, 352. Weird Boy in retreat, just about gets away. Razorback on the field for Forestradio. Assault Marines in amongst Chaos Space Marines, but there is the slaughter. But then they run away. Got a bit too low there, I think. I would have kept them in play with the melee stance for Slaughter, since it gives them some health regen, but there was a bunch of other stuff there. Power Fist Force Commander for a start, with the teleporter as well. Blood Crusher trying to chase down the Razorback. Yarrick turning to face it, but he's not doing a lot of damage, so he goes down. What was that? Oh. Beamy Looters getting a shot just as it turned the corner there. Unlucky. And down goes the Razorback, such good blood crusher play from Noisy, all over the map, just harassing stuff. 333, 352. He's getting his power taken though. Here comes a Chaos Dreadnought. Auto cannon. Might be able to take a tactical marine model. No, they do get away with 2. 75 requisition to reinforce those guys. Just a fair chunk. Las cannon forced off by the blood crusher. Again, such good blood crusher play. 319, 352. Sorcerer can support his vehicles quite well with warp to get them out of trouble, because that's often what happens with vehicles. They just get into trouble and you want a way to get them out of it. Mekboy has Warpath. Boosting speed, I should say. I don't think it increases melee damage any longer. Tier 3 for Yarrick. Las Cannon now getting shots on that blood crusher. Is he going after it? Yes, he is. There's marked target as well. Wow. Look at the damage from that Las Cannon shot. Looks like Noisy is resigned to losing it, and down it goes. Moves the Dreadnought away. Signum armor then up for the Techmarine. Such an awesome war gear. Little health increase, which is kind of irrelevant, I suppose, but you get damage and range increase for your ranged weapon, and you get the awesome marked target. There is the high-powered shot suppressing the shooters. Las Cannon doesn't want to sit there. Las Cannon's not very effective versus infantry targets in general, since they struggle to hit them. 307, 333. It's going to be a 2-to-1 for blue team. Looks like Orks taking their natural back. There it is. VP's very close. Double dreadnoughts for Noisy. This could be awesome if we see double mark of corn. Because melee stuff is just more fun. But we might not see it. Power Fist Force Commander doing his thing. It's a big old purchase though, the Power Fist, isn't it? 200 rec, 50 power. Big chunk of change for this thing. Is he going to get some more AV, or is he sticking with the Las Cannon? He might get a missile. Oh, he does have a missile launcher already, in fact. 2 dreadnoughts to deal with. Risky move from Noisy. We'll see how he does. 307, 308. Trying to finish off the force gun there. Capping. Unable to do so. Why are you running your assault marines into range of it? There we go, back away. There's some Zinch worship. And the next time they push, they're going to be met with 2 dreadnoughts, which they don't know about. Well, one of which they don't know about. Here come looters with that beamy death gun, massive DPS, or I should say damage per shot, not damage per second from that beamy death gun. Doesn't do anything fancy, but it sure packs a punch. Orks happy to push forward and take some fire here and force off the Marines. That is a dead Las Cannon. That Mekboy shot is so awesome. That's his basic attack, that thing. Does plasma cannon damage. Assault squad almost level 2. Nasty. He's really struggling to deal with this little blob, this ranged blob here, even though he has assault marines up. 307264. Is it time for a whirlwind? A whirlwind from each player, since you get that hunter killer missile as well. Tricky. Plasma cannon perhaps. Assault Marines mid trying to cap. Is he going to bring his stuff out of it? Infiltration he is. Wow. That was a nasty burst. Taking out a model there. 299, 262. Venerable Dreadnought dropped by Forestradio. One of my favourite units in the game. 1750 hit points of Dreadnought in your face with a charge. You can also purchase the Dark Age of Technology for this guy now, giving him 2050 hit points on a walker with melee resist is nothing to sniff at. Pricey though, ouch. Scouts are wiped, but they did finish the cap. Battle wagon on the way. That's going to be nasty. We do have a lot of AV on the field. Wow, Zato lost a lot. Does he has a missile launcher and a melter bomb. We also have the power fist. We also have marked target to support all that stuff with the venerable dreadnoughts melee. We have another last cannon for Forestradio. Doesn't have a melter bomb himself though. Kicking off mid. Last cannon getting shots actually. Oh, hits terrain. Not wanting to go after it with his CSM, I suppose. Oh, we're just going to warp it out of there. Now it's in trouble. He actually displaced his heretics though, but it is a dead las cannon. Space Marine players. Ouch, down goes the Techmarine. A bit less mobile, it has seemed, than the blue players. Noisy, a lot more happier to push different areas, though Zato has done well pushing his power a lot. Havoc's being used very defensively far back there. We're seeing power bashed by a missile launcher. Battle wagon on the field. Super unit for Orks. Very, very good it is. Just trundles around running stuff over and shooting it. What more do you want? 170, 262. Red team somehow have a VP advantage here. Very depleted army for Zato. I don't think blue team realise just how depleted Zato is right now. Force Commander reviving the Techmarine, which takes him into level 2. Double autocannon dreadnoughts doing well. I have been quite critical of autocannon dreadnoughts in the past. Just don't seem to pack the punch that other walkers do out the gate. Even the Grey Knight dreadnought with its twin linked heavy bolter seems to do a lot better than these guys. But hey, they're killing stuff right now, doubled up like this. 167, 262. I think there was some kind of issue with their damage at certain ranges or something like that, which was fixed or is set to be fixed. 167, 262. Predator tank on the way for Forestradio, wanting to shoot down these dreadnoughts, and if he gets a las cannon from that thing, that is what they will do. Zato, I assume, wants assault terminators, but that could be a massive, massive mistake against a sorcerer. Decimus to warp sort of flame sigil of the rift at the moment, but could easily get robes of torment and or the tome of subjugation. But is he going for a land raider perhaps? Here's that venerable. Does have the dark age of technology, 2050 hit points at level 1. This thing can level. Predator tank is coming after the battle wagon, in fact. Big zap shot there, disrupting and damaging those tactical marines, forces them to retreat. Predator tank getting rear armor hits, but no las cannon purchased by Forestradio. Looted tank is up for Yarrick, and we do see that Cult of Speed, I believe it's called, his global ability does have some decent vehicle support. The Mekboy can repair them, obviously, can also actually heal them with his battery pack, and has this global. Dreadnought is in there. Weird Boy struggling to path through the vehicles. That's Dawn of War 2 pathing for you. 167, 212. Las cannon Predator hunting this thing down here. Switches targets and at an inopportune time. Doesn't want to run it in, I think. He's scared to run it in. The Venerable Dreadnought is going in, and we might see the end of the Venerable Dreadnought, because that is a beamy death gun in its face now. Can he take out the looted tank though? Surely he can. Boom, real armor hit. Can he get out of trouble? Is he even going to try? I don't think he is. Charges into combat to tie up the beamy death gun, I assume. Yup. Weird Boy will damage vehicles. The battle wagon will also damage vehicles with its main gun, and it will go down. But it's holding up Yarrick's army here. 167, 186. Not a lot of action going on in the rest of the field. And there is the Venerable activating stoicism, I should say. Gives it extra damage and constant inspiration. Why is he attacking the base? No idea. 167, 177. Did he lose control of it there? That was a bit weird. Assault terminators are on the field. Thunderhammers and storm shields, very, very tough. Can get lightning claws, of course, but I think he'll be sticking with the Thunderhammers for now, as long as these double dreadnoughts are on the field anyway. There's a merciless strike, but that is slaughter Chaos Space Marines. You can just see them doing work on those assault marines. Wow. Sorcerer, does he finish them off with the damage over time? Yes, he does. Just about 140, 168. It's a big loss for Zato. A big loss. Jumped into CSM, used his Mercenary Strike, which ordinarily would have trounced the CSM, but because of that slaughter now with their aspiring champion, was able to turn the tide with slaughter in melee stance. Here we see the Cult Speed supporting the Chaos Dreadnoughts. 105, 168. Can he finish off one of them? No, he can't. Battle Wagon running through the Tactical Marines, takes a model, runs into allied units here. I don't think that does anything, no. 85, 168. Now the Assault Terminator is getting chased down. These guys cannot retreat. You saw them teleport away, so now that's on cooldown. They're just going to be chased down. Might lose at least one model here. Mekboy has a beamy death gun of his own. 62, 168. And units are inside the battle wagon. You can see from those light bars on the side of it, meaning that all of the guns are firing and it has a speed bonus. But here we see the flesh over steel. The Storm Marines trying to harass mid, but forced off again by these Chaos Space Marines at level 3. Wow, doing well. Dreadnought is what? Level 1 still. Mekboy trying to get shots on the Predator tank, which I think needs to get out of here. Battle Wagon lives. Ouch. Wow, Weirdboy taking out 2 Assault Marines with a single shot there. Assault Terminator, I should say, sorry. Weirdboy's level 2. Assault Terminators do get away. They had their teleport. And the Battle Wagon also lives. Crazy engagement down there. 26, 161. Red team with a sizable VP advantage, but here's a great and clean one for Noisy, who loses both of his Dreadnoughts thanks to this Predator, at least in part, and I imagine marked target. This Mekboy is being a real nuisance here. Might finish off this Predator tank. One more shot might do it. Or there's some vomit for you. That does hit. 26, 145. Land Raider for both Space Marine players here. Assault Squad have been subjugated by the Sorcerer. Somehow the Assault Terminators lived and they are reinforced. Assault Terminators and Terminators in general cannot level up. Cloud of Flies helps to force off the Assault Squad. There's the Foul Snare, which often bugs out, but not that time, and takes out the Assault Marines. As you can see, the damage of the Foul Snare is strangely detached from the animation. It's got a bit of a delay on it for some reason. Nob Squad on the way for Yarrick. And unless these Assault Terminators get Lightning Claws, that might be a bit of a problem. Land Raiders, Frag Assault does a good job against Nobs. Especially 2 Land Raiders using it. Here comes a great and clean one. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor on this Greater Demon. Benefits greatly from worship. And this is one of the best models ever in a real-time strategy game, I think. Look at this guy. His back is animated away from the bone, from the exposed spine there. His intestines are animated. Just awesome, awesome job by Relic on that guy. Nob Squad going north. Have their Nob leader now getting meaner and greener. And Tactical Marines do not want any part of this. Here comes the Land Raider. Is he going to live with the Nob Squad and looters and beamy death guns all over the place? Did manage to decap. 26, 111. Might be time for the 2 Space Marine players to both go mid and try and take it and see it out. But we see Forestradio happy to engage the Orks right now. Nob Squad are tearing apart this Land Raider, but they are forced to retreat eventually. They have their huge ammos which do so much damage to absolutely everything. Heavy melee with a momentum buff. As they hit stuff, they do more and more damage. Melter bomb on the Battle Wagon. Assault Squad get away. Interesting engagement up there. Pretty even, but thanks to the Land Raider, Forestradio wins it. But here's an Imperial Abyss, and he doesn't want to reverse on top of it. He might lose the Land Raider because of that nuke from Noisy. Yeah, that's bad. Ouch. game changer there. A game changer right there from Noisy. Otherwise, Forestradio might have taken that VP and the game could have been really different. There's GG from Yarrick. Vanguard veterans on the field for Zato, but Forestradio is down to just his commander right now. And this game, I think, is over. Vanguard veterans subjugated and jumped right back onto their own tactical marines. Units that are subjugated do extra damage but cannot be damaged themselves. Tactical marines desperately trying to cap. And there's the game. Red team conceding at the end. It was closely fought, 26 to 57. Blue team coming out on top. And that nuke had a major impact at the end from Royce. Let's look at the commanders. Level 5 Sorcerer. Apologies for the twinning to Salt Cannon noise. Mek was level 5 with the BB Death Gun and the Death Gun before it. The Force Commander was level 3. And the Techmarine level 5. Not sure he justified that Power Fist purchase. Was, I suppose, assumed since there were double dreadnoughts and stuff, but I'm not sure exactly what he did with it. Maybe he did use it to take the dreadnoughts down and you can actually see both of them go down. I assumed it was a Predator, but maybe it wasn't. But anyway, there you have it, guys. Let's get away from that annoying noise. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.